All right, welcome. We're here to give you the essential briefing on the state of AI for 2025. We've gone through the landmark report and pulled out the critical intelligence you need to really understand the disruptions and, more importantly, seize the opportunities that are going to define this next year. Okay, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we're going to look at how AI is becoming a true creator, which is completely changing the game in R&D. Then, we'll get into the new economic playbook that this is forcing on all of us. After that, we'll zoom out to the geopolitical landscape. And finally, we'll cover the new class of risks that you absolutely have to have on your radar. So first up, AI as a creator. A really fundamental shift is happening. AI isn't just a tool for analyzing data that already exists anymore. No, it's becoming a powerful engine for genuine discovery and innovation. To really get this, we've got to talk about world models. And look, don't just think of these as another predictive tool. Imagine being able to spin up entire digital twins of your markets, your supply chains, your products, all from simple text prompts. This opens up a level of simulation and what-if scenario testing that was, frankly, science fiction until now. And this is where it gets really interesting for your talent strategy. AI is moving way beyond being just a productivity hack. You have systems like AlphaZero that are discovering totally new, superhuman strategies in complex games. And then, those insights are being successfully taught back to our top human experts, elevating their performance. Think about what that means for your teams. And here's a fantastic real-world example of that impact. In biology, AI models like Atomaka are literally mapping the machinery of life itself. They're not just spotting correlations in data, they are decoding the fundamental molecular interactions to unlock new pathways for treating complex diseases. This is a massive accelerator for R&D. And this creative power, it's not just stuck in the biological world. Not at all. AI can now design completely new materials from the ground up. And what's crucial here with models like MatterGen is that these AI-designed materials are actually being created and validated in real-world labs. It proves this new discovery pipeline is not just theoretical, it's viable. Okay, so how does all this incredible creative power actually translate to the economy? Well, it's fueling an incredibly volatile environment. We're seeing explosive growth right alongside severe market disruption and intense pressure on traditional business models. The first thing you as a leader absolutely have to get your head around is the unit economics. As you can see here, the margins in the AI space are all over the place. The massive cost of computing power and depending on other companies' APIs means that even a company growing like crazy can be operating on razor-thin margins. This has to be a key focus. But, and this is a huge but, look at the other side of that coin. The growth potential is just staggering. Companies that can effectively integrate a powerful AI agent can see their revenue multiply almost overnight. The market is rewarding successful implementation with hyper-growth. It's a clear high-risk, high-reward dynamic. Now, let's talk disruption. When Google rolled out its AI overviews in search, it led to, in some cases, a staggering almost 90% collapse in click-throughs for top organic search results. The classic digital marketing funnel as we know it is breaking right now. So yeah, the old funnel is breaking, but a new one is being built right now. Just look at these conversion rates. Traffic coming from an AI like ChatGPT is converting at a higher rate than any other major marketing channel. These aren't just casual browsers. These are high-intent customers who show up ready to buy. So let's put it all together. What's the new playbook? It's pretty clear. Your digital strategy has to pivot from search engine optimization to what we're now calling answer engine optimization. The new game is all about winning visibility inside AI-generated answers, all while you carefully manage the wild economics of these powerful new platforms. Now, zooming out even further, all this technological and economic upheaval is now fueling an incredibly intense geopolitical race. Nations are looking at AI supremacy as absolutely essential for their economic future, their military power, and their influence on the world stage. And let's be clear, this race really boils down to two main players, the United States and China. Through both policy and massive investment, both governments have made it crystal clear that leadership in AI is a non-negotiable national priority. A really critical and very physical battleground in this whole race is energy. The absolutely voracious demand for power from data centers is making the humble electricity grid a core strategic national asset. And as you can see from the data, both the US and China have some very distinct advantages and vulnerabilities in this department. And you can see each of these powers is playing a very different game. The US is really leveraging its powerful private sector through these public-private partnerships. China, on the other hand, is focused on building its sphere of influence by exporting AI tech. And meanwhile, Europe is scrambling to close the gap by mobilizing huge state-backed investment funds.
Finally, with all of this immense power comes a whole new class of strategic risks. And navigating this landscape requires a really sophisticated approach to security, to your own corporate governance, and to public policy.
The most immediate threat that you're probably already feeling is the democratization of cybercrime. AI tools now allow a single bad actor to launch sophisticated attacks that used to require a whole team of skilled engineers. This completely changes the threat landscape for every single one of your organizations. Now, there's another risk, and it's a bit more subtle, but it's just as important. It's structural. The very same companies that are racing to commercialize these frontier AI models are also the ones primarily responsible for policing them. And that creates a pretty clear conflict of interest between the need for caution and the immense pressure to be first to market. So, what's the strategic move here? Well, the most viable path forward seems to be this idea of an adaptation buffer. The thinking is, you have to accept that once a new AI capability is out there, it's going to spread. So you have to use that short window between when it first appears and when everyone has it to harden your defenses and build resilience, rather than trying to ban it, which likely won't work. And that really brings us to the final critical question. And this one is for you to take back to your teams. As you look at your own organization, your business model, your tech stack, your people, you have to ask, in this new AI-driven world, is your strategy built for resilience, or is it being built for obsolescence?